That's a whole different ball game. But yeah, you know, as you were making your transmission there, by the way, you're just booming in here this morning. I remembered that I used to buy that VP Racing feel for my son, and I have a pamphlet here from the place, you know, where I used to go get them. Actually, we had a place down in Flemington, about 45 minutes south of me here. Flemington, New Jersey. Well, actually, it's not Flemington, I think. Pittstown, New Jersey. Well, that's pretty close to Flemington. Pittstown, New Jersey, the place down there that sold 5-gallon, actually, you know, bigger quantities if you wanted, but they had the 5-gallon cans all sealed up. VP Racing Fuel, all kinds of different stuff. I mean, very, you know, there's a lot of choices depending on what your, you know, your needs are. 2-cycle, 4-cycle, all kinds of different stuff. And my son used to race go-karts, and he used to buy special fuel down there. I used to go down there and pick it up for him. So I remember going down there and picking up some for myself, but well, it got too expensive, man. that stuff got really expensive. But good stuff, but nah, I don't need to spend that kind of money. But you know, doing that process where you take the ethanol out of, you know, all the moisture out of the gas, like I was doing, like I said I was doing there. You can do that like 1 or 2 gallons of gas. It's a very simple process, you know. You take a plastic jug, you know, don't fill it all the way to the top. Drop about 10 or 11 ounces of water in there. Put the cap on it, shake it up real good, and just let it set. Next day you come out, and you can actually take that jug and just pour it, you know, as you keep an eye on the bottom, you know, you'll see it's all white, you know, and just pour it out until that, you know, nothing's left but that white stuff. And you know, if you don't have anything other than you know, like 2-cycle gas to mix up, you know, you can mix it up after you process it, and that stuff will it'll keep for a couple of years, no problem. You know, on that, yeah, on those, especially those 2-cycle engines, they, or even the 4-cycle, bigger ones on the mowers, you know, they, those carburetors, like you said, that rubber diaphragm, it gives you problems, because that stuff collects up under there. It's like it's just like a white powdery crap that you get out, you know, when you use the ethanol dries up in there, and I don't know if it has a chemical reaction with the aluminum the carbs are made out of, or but also there's a small it's not even, it's about 1/8 of an inch on the small carburetors. It varies from 1/8 of an inch maybe to 1/4 of an inch, little circular mesh. That's the last filter. I mean, it's on the inputs, you know, internally in the carburetor, but it's the last little filter before the gas actually comes into the carburetor and goes to that diaphragm. And all the carbs have that little circular mesh, wire mesh filter, you know, and you got to take a knife to pop it out of there, something with a sharp point on it to pop them out. You can pop them out and clean them. That gives you a lot of trouble. They all get clogged up. People don't even notice them because they're so small. But once they clog up, boy, I'm telling you, you'll never get that thing started. And if you do, it won't run right. And you got to clean them and put them back in there, because you can take them out and throw them out, but then you'd have some bigger problems down the line. But anyways, we have to deal with all that kind of stuff now because of the gas and the amount of ethanol they put in it. Used to be Sunoco used to sell you the racing fuels. The gas stations, not too many of those around anymore. We used to have a local one here that years ago you could pull up and they would sell you racing fuel at a separate pump, you know. separate tank. Can get that 260 or whatever, that racing fuel was real good gas. But I don't think they sell that anymore either. Well, enough of that. On the Johnson 500 here this morning, Paul, receiving you on an HQ 129X. I just got this is my second Johnson 500. I just got it finished up a couple weeks ago, so I've been playing with it. You know how it is, you play around, you spend the time getting these things up and running, and then when you get them, you can't wait to get them on the air, and then a month or two down the road, you're not playing with them anymore. But anyways, it was a pleasure to run into you here this morning, and I'll probably be listening in and out. Kind of a dreary day out there, not much to do outside. And it's not that warm either. But maybe play radio is an alternative here. So with that, I'll let you tie the ribbons on it there, Paul. And yeah, I hope you have a good weekend and a great day here. So back over to you there, Paul. WA3VJB WD2AFJ.
KA3PTX. Hey, you're heading there. KA3PTX. WD2AFJ from WA3VJB. Okay, Ray. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it must have been a long time ago for the racing gas directly into the cars. I know at least Maryland is very, very severe about road tax. And even where I knew of a gas station that had a separate racing pump, there were stories of Maryland State Police sitting across the street waiting for somebody to gas up their street rod that was on the road and tagged, rather than a race car that was on a trailer going to a track known as 75 and 80. And they'd ticket you as a tax violation. It's kind of like smuggling cigarettes, you know. The things we have to resort to. All right. Well, good to hear you on. Johnson 500 sounds good. I'll ship you a little air check recording I made. It sounds nice and clean. Audio's nice. Did a good job on that one there. I don't know how it compares to the other one, but the one you're on sounds good. Ed, go ahead and make a quick one. I'm going to go back in the house here. Got the fireplace going. Pam is finishing up a half marathon this morning. It's 40 degrees here at Annapolis. So she's going to want that fireplace going, man. KA3PTX and WD2AFJ on the side, if not signed, from WA3VJB. Sounding good in here. Okay, Paul, very good. WA3VJB with W2AFJ. I guess, Paul, you're running and maybe Ray also. So anyhow, heard you guys in here and just want to say hello. And I guess Ray decided not to go to the Hamfest there. That's 20 minutes from his house. I did get a report on that last night from 3705. Not much of a Hamfest these days, which you probably already know, and maybe that's why you didn't go. So, Paul, yeah, Roger on. I know she's a runner there, and wow, kudos to her. Getting out there even in some not so stellar conditions. So yeah, better get the house all comfy for her before she gets back there. So won't hold you up. I'm going to send it over to Ray. And yeah, very interesting conversation you guys had on the ethanol and all that stuff. So yeah, I've had 27 motorcycles here over the years, on and off, and through all that stuff, of course. But K100 sounds interesting. W2AFJ with the KA3VJB signing. This is KA3PTX.
Good morning, Ed. KA3PTX. WD2AFJ. 7-3, Paul. Yep. Wouldn't be polite of me to just pull out of here, Ed, when I heard you come in there nice and strong. Good to hear you. Man, conditions are good this morning.